How has silver stacking changed over the years? That's what I want to talk about in this video. I've been doing this almost a decade now. So I want to talk about what it used to be like, what it's like now, and where it could go in the future. So if you're just getting into buying silver, or if you've been doing it for a while, this video could be really, really helpful. Let's get into it.
The worst day on Wall Street since the crash of 1987.
We're now down 43%.
This could be the most serious recession in decades.
Protect your retirement with gold and silver IRAs. Learn more at sdbullion.com/IRA. Thank you so much for watching. I do sincerely appreciate it. Look, I just want to ask for one thing. Can you please smash that thumbs up? Hit the like button. It tells YouTube that the video is doing well, and it helps to spread the word about precious metals. But let's get into how silver stacking has changed. Someone commented in a recent video of mine, and they said that I was not showing off enough silver. So is this enough silver for you? I mean, we could bring in a lot more if you guys want to see more stuff, but I have a nice little smattering we'll go over. Now, the first big change that I've noticed is technology. There have been a lot of improvements since I first started stacking. I guess we'll bring up the Canadian silver maple leafs. Many of you know that these were gross. Every single one of them milk spotted, and we joke that it was a security feature and whatnot, but they fixed the problem. So in 2018, they came out with the Mint Shield technology, and now the Royal Canadian Mint does not have milk spots on their coins. So that's a big improvement. We've also seen security features get added. Even the US Mint is doing the security features with that little missing reed right there. So you know if the US Mint is doing it, I mean, they are so slow to do anything that this was needed. There are a lot of fake American Silver Eagles out there, and people are getting scammed with them. So it's great to see the US Mint jump on board. Also, one other thing I've seen that's new since I started stacking is the blacklight technology, and more products are using this. So I think it's interesting. I don't really know if it'll take off because you have to have, some sort of blacklight to actually test it. But, I think it's certainly fun, and it's a nice addition. And then we're seeing, improvements for minting coins. Believe it or not, this is a coin because it has a face value on it. But I did not see anything like this when I first got into the hobby. I did see, however, colorized, and that is still going on today. This is from 2016. A little Star Trek piece here. I picked this up at a coin show. But I would just say, don't make your whole stack fun stuff like this. Try and get mostly generic bullion, right? Coins, bars, junk silver, silver rounds, stuff like that. This fun stuff you can get every now and again, especially if you find it at a good price. But don't focus on it because you don't want a lot of the value of your stack tied up in these collectibles, which we will talk about in a minute. But as far as technology goes, I think it's great that we're seeing that progress. I think that's going to continue, and probably in the coming years, we'll see more and more things come out. And this is just going to prevent the counterfeiters from making so many products, or at least selling them, right? But the thing is, you have to know about the different types of technology. Otherwise, they do you no good, right? So you have to know that there's supposed to be a little missing reed on the Silver Eagles and where it changes every single year. So I'll put the chart up on the screen here. I did show this in a recent video, just trying to get this information out there to help protect people because I have seen so many fakes. And it's kind of sad, right, that the counterfeiters are putting all of this stuff out. But if you know about the different security features, this definitely can help protect you. So we've also seen, stuff like this come out. This is a really fun piece. These are the new stackers, the Eagle stacker that Scottsdale Mint is making. So you can see it's like, indented there, and then they all just sort of fit together. And you got to kind of twist them to figure out where they click. There it goes. So I don't know. This stuff is cool. Again, it's fun to buy, but probably don't make your whole stack stuff like that. Okay, the last thing I want to say about technology is that I've seen things like this start popping up where they will pour a silver bar, or this is just cast, they put the silver in, it melts down, and then it takes this shape. And then after it cools, they do the laser engraving over the top. So I've seen a lot of different mints and companies start doing stuff like this. I think it's cool. You can do all sorts of different designs. It's fun, adds a little bit of flavor to the hobby. So I am a fan of this stuff, but I don't know how this is going to look in 10 years, in 20 years, in 50 years. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. You know, if they did that on the old Engelhard bars, you know, would you even be able to see it? Probably, but it might not look as good. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, you know, what goes on with this technology. But I am a fan of it. I'm a fan of different designs. I'm a fan of improving the hobby and all of that kind of stuff. I guess I will show off one more piece that I did recently pick up. And no, I did not pay full retail price for this. Look how much packaging is in here. Check that out. That is a wild dragon. It's part of the Australian Opal collection or something like that, and really small mintage too. But again, don't make this your whole stack. Just buy this stuff every now and again for fun. And that leads really nicely into the second thing I want to talk about, which is the amount of semi-numismatic collectibles has absolutely exploded since I started stacking. So what do I mean by semi-numies? Well, it just means that the value of the coin comes from the silver content or gold or whatever it is, and the collectible aspect. So it's a semi-numismatic. It's not bullion, it's not a numismatic, it lives somewhere in between. So when I first started stacking, I saw the America the Beautiful collection come out, and this was a really fun one. You could get a different design for every single state. Look how scratched up these capsules are. Brutal. And there actually was 2 different versions. I'll just show you right here of the coins. You could get one with the like matte finish and then the sort of, I don't know, brilliant uncirculated or proof-like finish. So yeah, you could collect both. And that was a fun thing that I saw, but there wasn't a lot going on at the US Mint. Now they're doing all sorts of wild things. They have the eagles with the privy marks on them. This one has the star. The next one is, I think, an eagle privy mark, and I do have some of those ordered. And you can get these through a video game, which is just super weird. The US Mint is also releasing the Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman coins this year. I personally think that the Batman and the Superman are going to be really hot. I think they're going to do really well, and the designs are just fantastic for what they're thinking about doing. So stay tuned for that. I actually think that's kind of cool. But the other thing that I saw when I first started was the Queen's Beast series, and I bought a bunch of the Red Dragon of Wales. These are the 10 ounce. I think these were like $200 when they came out, somewhere around there, maybe like $220, $240. Now these are going for a lot more. So sometimes you can hit it out of the park with these collectibles. And I do want to give you a little tip. If it has a dragon on it, it's probably going to do pretty well. So do with that what you like. But yeah, I mean, that was a cool series. That ended. Now they're doing the Tudor Beast series. But the thing I wanted to mention is that these mints, they're going to continue to release this stuff forever. And the amount of series that come out is going to continue to grow. That's what I've seen. And now we have insane stuff. Like you could get the Looney Tunes. Here's a really wacky one. It is Spider-Man and Green Goblin. And I don't even think there was a movie that came out in 2024 about Spider-Man. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comment section. But Spider-Man and Green Goblin on one coin, I don't know. Maybe it seems like too much. We also got the Pirates of the Caribbean Flying Dutchman. I mean, who is this for? How many Flying Dutchman fans are out there? I don't know. I bought it, so I guess it's for me. But like I said, there's everything you can imagine on a coin nowadays. And I would just say don't get caught up in this stuff. You know, it's fun. It's fun to look at. Maybe buy 1 or 2. But really, for the majority of your stack, you want silver rounds, silver coins, silver bars, you know, generics, and then you want junk silver. That's what you should focus on. The fun stuff is very distracting, but I promise you, when it comes time to sell some of your stack, and unfortunately all of us are going to do that at some point unless you hold it until you die, it is much, much harder to sell the collectibles than it is to sell bullion. I can take bullion down to my coin shop, sell it easily, But with the collectibles, if I want to get max value, I got to sell them one at a time on eBay or something like that. It just takes forever. It's much more difficult. So do yourself a favor. Focus on the regular bullion, not the collectibles when you're getting into stacking. And the third thing I wanted to bring up is that stacking is actually getting more expensive in a few different ways. So when I first started buying silver, the price was around $16 an ounce. And during COVID, we actually saw it go down to $12 for a brief period of time. But now it's gone up considerably. I mean, we're in the 30s now comfortably. And I remember a lot of people were saying, silver's never going to go to 20 bucks an ounce. This was a frequent comment that I got on a lot of my early videos when I was buying this stuff. You know, I was paying $16, $17, $18 an ounce for different pieces. And they would just say, you know, oh, silver is an industrial metal. It's never going to go up in price. You know, it's probably going to go down to 10 bucks an ounce. It got close when it went down to 12, but that lasted like a week. And, well, sure enough, silver went over 20, and then it went over 30, and yeah, it's still climbing now. So it's going to bounce around. It could go back below 30 again for a little bit, but ultimately, I think the price is going to continue to go up with silver. I mean, this stuff is a long-term buy and hold. It's not a get-rich-quick strategy, right? So I think that 10 years from now, the price is going to be higher than it is now. 10 years from then, the price will be higher, and it will just keep going up forever. Now, there might be times where it goes up really fast. There might be times where it levels out or even goes down. But over the long haul, I think silver will continue to go up in value. I have seen that happen. You know, I think we're probably going to see $40 silver this decade, maybe $50 silver. It just depends on what goes on in the world, what happens to the dollar. But ultimately, I think, hey, this is a good thing to be buying. I've been doing it for almost a decade now, and I have pretty much no regrets. I mean, there's a few things that I bought that I was like, I probably shouldn't have bought that. But overall, I'm really happy with all of the silver that I've stacked. And this is a fun hobby. This is a way where you get to spend cash and you don't actually really lose money, right? Because all you're doing is you're converting your cash into silver, which is real money. So when you do that, it kind of like tricks your brain. You're like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. I'm collecting this stuff. I'm watching it grow. But really all you're doing is just saving. This is your savings, your retirement, right? So it's kind of a way where you can save and still have fun at the same time. So that's one of the reasons I love silver. I'm probably always going to be stacking this stuff. And if you want to join me on this journey, definitely subscribe to the channel. We got a lot more content coming out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. Silver Dragons, out.